we tend to have to do a lot of educating on marketing, what marketing can do and what marketing can't do. One thing I hate the KPI ROAS. And my goal is to get rid of ROAS because I think it's a bullshit metric.
Speak to me. Let's get into this.
I mean, from the agency side of things, you probably like ROAS, but I'm more
But
of
I get
a,
graded on it. That's
well,
why
yeah,
I
there
have
you
to
go.
embrace it. I have to.
And I think that's what I want to see happen is like the shift in the narrative and the shift in the education. Like that started a long time ago. And so that metric is ingrained in everyone's brain, but it does not define success, right? It is not. ROAS is an indicator, not an actual metric or whatever it may be, like a true definition of success. And so for me, it's like, what is your objective? What's your larger, one of my colleagues and I were talking about this like term of ROMI, of return on marketing investment, right? Because you have to keep in mind that it's a big ecosystem. Like you can't have, I always say like you can't have bottom of the funnel without top of the funnel. Well, top of the funnel doesn't necessarily produce. And so that's going to offset what your ROAS is, right? So I think getting people, and that's obviously a very simple way of
Yeah.
looking at it, but like getting people out of saying that ROAS is the only thing that's defining success in our marketing efforts.
Yeah. We've come so far in the digital world that attribution, right? First touch attribution, last touch attribution, ROAS, that we forgot what our industry, the meaning the marketing advertising industry was founded on, which is branding, positioning, awareness, and that you can't measure it, right? You can feel
Right.
the lift of those in certain campaigns and you can attribute it to the lift of a campaign, but it's not a one-to-one. It's not like, well, this experience that somebody did and they left us a review and they had this whole network. They weren't an influencer, but they had a whole network. How did that influence this over here? It's impossible to track all that. Well, I
Yeah.
say impossible, but there's platforms coming out that are trying to. But yeah, I'm with you. There has to be a healthy mix of the branding, the awareness, your positioning, and where you want to be positioned at within that. You do everything right, but your positioning's off. Like if you were trying to compete against those luxury brands, you'd be off, right? And you'd look like you weren't doing your job correctly, but you were doing your job correctly. It's just the brand had its position wrong, and you didn't have your
That's
ICP, you didn't have your defined targets going forward. So it's all like I think you said ecosystem, right? Everything works into that brand and industry's ecosystem. You have to find your place in there.